morning, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for being here on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday. There's no better way to start the day than a room full of Westover women and maybe some mimosas. On behalf of the entire Alumni Association Board of Governors, welcome back. We have a full and exciting day ahead of us, and as I said last night, I hope you leave this weekend excited by what is happening on campus and proud to be a Westover alumna. Before we officially begin the meeting, I'd like to thank our incredible network of volunteers who make this weekend possible. Would all of the reunion committee chairs please stand up? I know there's many of you out here. Thank you. Thank you all for your hard work, planning, rallying, and reaching out to your class over the last year. We're so thankful for the time and energy you give to your class and the school. A huge thank you as well to all of our class agents and class secretaries for their tireless work each year. Thanks for all you do to support the Westover Fund, collect class notes, and so much more to help the school stay connected to alumni across the world. Westover has incredibly loyal alumni, and this is, in large part, thanks to the work you do every year. I'd like to also thank my fellow governors for being such loyal supporters and enthusiastic representatives of the Alumni Association and the school. This weekend is not possible without you and the work you do throughout the year. It is such a pleasure to work with you. See you all out there. And finally, I'd like to introduce you to our partners in the alumni office. You've likely emailed or spoken with most of these ladies, if not met them in person. I know they're hoping to meet all of you as the weekend goes on. Most of them are here with us, so Adlira, could you say hi? She's the Director of Development. Nancy Pelaya's class of 1986, Associate Director of Development and Director of the Westover Fund. Marcia Monaghan, Philanthropic Advisor. Tanette Cookson, Director of Donor Relations and Stewardship. I think she's over in Red Hall. Carrie Lloyd, class of 2005, Director of Alumni Relations. She is truly the moving force behind this weekend, and I'm sure she is running around the campus as well. And Sandra Wilson, Database and Gift Services Manager. You may have checked in with her in Red Hall as well. So now I'd like to begin our official business and call the annual meeting to order. So we'll start with our governance report. Before I begin the report, I'd like to recognize Suzanne Charbonneau-Carpenter, class of 1993, who has done an incredible job chairing the governance committee this year. Under Suzanne's leadership, we've nominated a slate of talented and committed alumni to join the Board of Governors for the 2019-2020 year. Thank you, Suzanne. This year, we're saying farewell to two governors, Connie Seeley Brown Cliff, class of 1956, and Kelly Midvigi, class of 1996, who are both retiring from the board when their terms end this summer. Thank you both for your time and dedication that you've given to the school and the Alumni Association. You will be missed. Thank you, Connie and Kelly. So the Board of Governors has nominated the following alumni to serve as new governors for initial 3-year term ending May 2022. Biographies for all three were posted in Red Hall yesterday and in the lobby of the LBD this morning. Shotzi Bissell-Wilson, class of 1978. Hillary Davis Kelly, class of 2004. And Christina Preto, class of 2012. May I have a motion to elect these new governors? Any seconds? Any opposed? Any abstentions? All in favor? Thank you. The vote is approved to elect these new governors. Now I'll turn this over to Adlira Curris to present our fundraising awards.
Hi, everyone. I'm Adlira Curis, Director of Development at Westover, and I am so delighted to be here to welcome you all. This is my second reunion weekend at Westover since I started working here 15 months ago, and what a difference being the second reunion weekend. My first weekend was 2 months after I started here, so I was still in a daze and trying to learn as much as I could about Westover. And in the past 15 months now, I have had the privilege and the pleasure to meet with so many Westover alumni and really be inspired by who you all are and what you all do for the school. And I will digress a little bit from my notes, but I was just thinking this past Tuesday, Marcia and I spent the day in New York, and we had 3 back-to-back meetings. And we knew they were going to be good meetings, but we had not met these ladies before. And we go into our first meeting, and it's absolutely just wonderful. We hear the most amazing stories about the school, and we walk out of there, both of us saying, wow, that was fantastic. And really thinking that how could any other meeting top that sort of an hour and a half that we just had. And then we go into our second meeting, and it truly is just as wonderful and amazing, and we love every minute of it. And lunch goes much longer than we had anticipated, and we had to cancel actually another meeting that was not with an alum in order to continue lunch. And we walk out and thinking, okay, this is just as wonderful. We have one more meeting to go, and not sure what to expect, but surely cannot be as great as this one. And we walk into our third meeting, and it was very different, but just as exciting and energizing. And as we got back on the train, we really looked at each other and just with this sort of genuine feeling like, this is just awesome. We love these ladies, and it's, you know, it makes us so proud to be part of this community and to be representing this community when we're out there and talking to everyone. So I will start with a big thank you to all of you here. I will go back to my notes. A little fun fact about me too, before I continue, is that my daughter will be starting at Westover next year as a freshman. I can't believe it. She will be in high school, but she will be a member of the class of 2023, if I did the math right. And I have to say, I do not know yet if she will be a West or an Over, but I am anxiously waiting to find out. I made the mistake, actually, of saying recently at a trustee meeting that I adopted the West team because they keep winning the Love Westover Challenge. And some alums, some trustees were not very happy with me. So I'm just going to wait to find out. But it really is such a pleasure to be speaking here today, particularly talking about the results of the Westover Fund and our fundraising success stories from this past year. And I'm really I'm the one sharing these results with you, but I'm speaking on behalf of the amazing alumni and development team that has worked really hard this year to, in support of the annual fund, but also to put together this reunion weekend. And also on behalf of the Alumni Board of Governors who partner with us throughout the year to raise awareness about the importance of the annual fund, raise awareness about the difference that you all can make through your support and involvement. And we could not do that without their support and also the support of the Development Committee on the trustees. And we have the chair of the Development Committee with us today, celebrating her reunion, Elizabeth Spencer. And a special thank you to Greta Atchison as well, class of '02, I think? Yes, who is the chair of the Westover Fund on the Board of Governors. So we have a lot of help to do what we do, and it's just wonderful. But I also want you to know that we feel really grateful for every gift that we receive, because truly every gift demonstrates your commitment to the school, your commitment to the past and the experiences that you have had and the traditions that are part of Westover, but also a commitment to today, to the present and to the future, to the students that come to Westover that otherwise might not be able to afford a Westover education, and you all make it possible. This year, we are truly proud of what everyone in this room has been able to achieve through your support. Overall results from reunion giving are just amazing. Each year, we present 3 Westover Fund Awards that represent the classes that have had really remarkable successes. The first award is the Adele Irving 42 Award, presented to the reunion class with the most exceptional results in overall fundraising for Westover. Adele was a Westover legend, for those of you who might not know her. She co-founded the Alumnae Association, I think, and the Board of Governors, and I think she perhaps headed the first Alumnae or Development Office at Westover. This year, the award goes to the class of 1969. That is... That is our 50th reunion class. 50th reunion fundraising efforts are always very special. And this year, they were particularly special because they supported the annual fund. And it doesn't often happen that way. A lot of times, reunion classes choose a project, either the endowment or some capital project, and which is also wonderful, but to be able to have that early help and momentum with the annual fund through this reunion giving was just wonderful. And they had an ambitious goal, they needed to raise $100,000 to meet a challenge, and they did it. You all did it. So thank you. You raised over, I think you raised close to $220,000 with 73% participation, and that was also big. Participation numbers went up by quite a lot. So thank you, everyone. I don't know if you would like to stand up or... and the second award, yes. Please stand. No, please stand. We want to see you. So the second award is just as special. This is called the Julia Kurland Award. Julia, I think, was another pioneer in help grow and develop the development efforts at Westover, and I think worked together with Adele. But this award is presented to the reunion class that achieves best results in participation in the Westover Fund. And you all may have seen the chart that's in Red Hall with participation percentages for all classes. And you all may know that the class of 1954 achieved 100% participation this year. I have to say, and I hope you all know, that this does not happen often. It does not happen at all. In fact, if I share this news, or when, because I will share this news with my peers in other development offices at other boarding schools, they will not believe me. They'll think we made this up, because it just does not happen 100%. But it is true. They all came through, and it has just been just such an amazing sort of celebration. We are in awe of what you've all been able to achieve. And at this moment, I'd like to really thank Marsha and Nancy. So Nancy is our director of the Westover Fund this year, and she's also an alum, class of '86. And Marsha Monaghan, who's our director of major gifts, or the fancier title is philanthropic advisor, but really Marsha works with major gifts and has worked so closely, both Nancy and Marsha, with the class of 1954 and the class of '69. And we call them miracle workers, because really the results this year are magical. And I have to tell another story, but it is true. Like, literally this year, it's happened so many times that Marsha would walk out of her office after a long phone call with an alum, probably from the class of '54 or '69, and just say, this is like anything I've ever seen, and it would have a big smile on her face. And Marsha has had, I think, close to 4 decades, Marsha, in development. So for her not to have seen something like this means, is big. And so what Marsha means by that, really, truly, is she's referring to I think it's just the ease and the encouragement with which you all have responded to her request for support, and your willingness to participate and your willingness to make a difference at Westover. And so it has certainly made our job easier. It's still been a lot of work, as Marsha will tell you, but it takes a lot of meetings, a lot of phone calls. But the way with which the alumni community responds is truly unique. So thank you, Marsha. Thank you, Nancy. And the third award is a Young Alumnae Award. It is, this award goes to, it's a participation award, and it goes to the class celebrating the 5th or the 10th or the 15th reunion with highest participation levels in the Westover Fund. And this year's winner is the class of '09. Yay! So it was a tight competition, I think, but the class of '09 did come in highest, not only in participation, but I think also dollars. And they jumped from 37% last year to 51% this year. So well done, class of 2009. Thank you. And now in closing, I'd like to share, this mic is not working properly, I'm sorry. I would like to share some more good news. So as you all may know, our annual fund goal this year was $1,450,000. And again, my peers in other schools will not believe when I share this news, but we did make goal. We actually did make goal a couple of weeks ago. I think this is another first for Westover. It's the earliest probably we have made annual fund goal, and it's another one of those like, wow, just as Julie says, it really makes us want to say, wow, it's incredible, it's unbelievable. And also what's more impressive is that the entire alumni and development team has not slowed down a bit. We are still working hard, even though we made our dollar goal, to try and increase participation. I think we're at 38% participation so far. Our goal is an ambitious one to get to 43% overall. We have the participation chart, awesome. And we are tracking ahead of last year. Last year to date, we're at 32%, so we are feeling confident that we will get there, which is wonderful. And my final thanks just go to everyone in this room. You may have noticed almost all of you are wearing Westover, I gave to the Westover Fund tags, ribbons. And so many of you also are wearing so many other ribbons that represent all the different volunteer hats that you all wear and everything that you do for Westover. Everything helps us enormously. Everything helps the school continue to do what we do best, educate girls. And as you all were singing yesterday, and as Julie often says to us, Westover forevermore. Thank you all, everyone.
Thank you, Adlira. At this time, the annual meeting is adjourned. And now it is my privilege to introduce Head of School, Julie Falstick. Julie is concluding her 4th year at Westover, and in her short time here, she has already made incredible impact on the school. In the past year, Julie worked with alumni, students, parents, faculty, staff, governors, and trustees to identify Westover's core values and then turn that work into the foundation for crafting a new mission statement for the school, the result of which Julie will discuss with us this morning. That exciting work has now led the school to begin a strategic planning process to ensure Westover's future as a school where girls are empowered. Julie has also overseen the creation and implementation of a new daily schedule and guided the school through 2 major construction projects in the main building. Under her leadership, Westover's admissions and development teams are achieving success in recruiting fantastic girls to Westover and raising funds to support the programs and people that make Westover special. Julie, thank you for all you have done for Westover. The work you have done and continue to do supports what we as alumni know about Westover, that this is a very special place and truly great work is done here to help girls discover their passions and themselves. Julie, come on up.
Somebody walked away with them. Yes. Phew. Although I could have done it. Thank you, Nellie. That is so kind. I appreciate it. I love Westover. It's such a privilege to be here. There's a few folks I want to thank before I get started with these remarks. To update you about what's going on at the school today, and then to lead up to unveiling our new mission statement. So I would like to thank, again, Nellie, Heather Lundy McDonald, 85, our reunion chair, and all of our Board of Governors. So this time, please stand, all those people. I would also like to thank our Board of Trustees for all their support, and I'm happy to announce that our new board chair is Star White-Sneed, 69, one of our fabulous 50th reunioners. Star comes from a long line of Westover women, and we are so excited to have her leading the board. She has been involved with Westover for many years, and I'm proud to say she is my partner and my friend in leading Westover. So thank you, Star. We are also pleased to have some other trustees and former trustees in the audience today, so if you could just stand up and give us a wave so we can salute you as well, that would be great. Thank you. Westover would not be Westover without this powerhouse group of volunteers. It truly would not. And just out of curiosity, I want to see, could I get a shout out from all the Wests? Can I get a shout out from all the Overs? Wow, I think the Overs were a little louder. So I just wanted to tell you a little story about my first reunion when I showed up in a red jacket. Oh, silly me. So I had to run home and get a green scarf. So anyway, I'm also trying to get a thing started where we do West, over, whoa! But it hasn't really caught on yet. If you want to pick that up, though, feel free. Over, whoa! Love it. So it has been an exhilarating year at Westover. We've accomplished goals both big and small, and we are continually striving to elevate this beloved institution. If we believe in ourselves as a world-class institution for the empowerment of girls, taking on important issues of the day and contributing to the dialogue, then the rest of the world will see us that way as well. One of our greatest accomplishments this year is that we are the recipients of a grant from the E.E. Ford Foundation to support our work in women's empowerment initiatives. This past year, we welcomed Rachel Simmons, author of Enough As She Is, to do a workshop for Connecticut educators on women in leadership with over 100 teachers and administrators in attendance. And I just want to say, Enough As She Is about empowering teenage girls, but it is relevant to women of any age. I talked to one female faculty member who said she cried the whole way reading it through because she felt it so much related to her. So it is a great read. I would highly recommend it. And it's called Enough As She Is. And Rachel Simmons is also a frequent guest. She was just on Good Morning America, so she speaks on this topic all over the world. And we were really lucky to have her. And so we're going to continue to work with Rachel this coming year to develop programming for our girls that's specific to Westover. And we are also going to use E.E. Ford funds to support other speakers and workshops for both the internal and the external community, because we want to bring as many people to Westover to have the Westover experience as we possibly can. And additionally, we also are going to use the E.E. Ford funds to review our treasure trove of an archive, because we can't see where we're going until we really know where we've been. And Westover has been empowering women for over a century. So we're excited about that project as well. So each year, the community selects a theme under which we develop specific cross-curricular programming. And this year's theme was Owning Our Narrative. It was generated by a student-led themed year committee and built off of the Power of Women theme last year, because that was such a great experience for the whole community. The fall term was centered on the personal narrative and focus on self-awareness and mental health. The focus of the winter term, titled Reboot and Reconnect, was centered on sharing narratives. And finally, the spring term focused on making a change, where we are attempting to shift the narrative. We had a fun school-wide activity last week that ended with Frisbee games and bubbles in the quad. Because I'm trying to get a little more fun. We're having a little more fun, as well as seriously exploring our narratives. Starting last spring, the Women in Science and Engineering Department began a strategic planning process. Some of these outcomes include increasing knowledge and reputation of the program in the external community, effectively leveraging the talents and connections of our incredibly accomplished alumni, and expanding and improving WISE interdepartmental collaborations. So next year, we're offering a new course in nanoscience, and as well, we're offering a team talk course between the art department and WISE on art and architecture, being taught by the husband and wife team of Allie and Ben Hildebrand. In the Shoemaker Gallery, I don't know how many of you made it to the gallery talk last night, but I know you've all seen the amazing exhibit out there. They've had a banner year with 3 distinctive and exciting exhibiting artists and wonderful programming throughout the year. In the winter, artist and architect Mohammed Hafez co-taught a class with our teacher Sarah Paskas, and together the class created a piece that was featured in Mohammed's exhibit here entitled Homeland Insecurity. So the students got to see their work exhibited with other pieces from this very in-demand, world-renowned artist, which is very exciting. He gave a gripping all-school artist talk about being a refugee, the meaning of home, and how home impacts our individual narratives. And I'm sure you've seen portraits pasted on the walls around campus, and also there's some what will look like pictures if you look at them in the right angle on the arcade, which are actually really cool, but you have to stand right in front of them to see that it is actually a portrait. But these portraits of people are going up all around campus, and the 50th reunions will be surrounded by them at lunch today in the quad, in the Johnson Quad. So this is the culminating project for something called the Inside Out class. It's a photography elective that's taught by Caleb Porfolio, and it's Westover's version of the official Inside Out project, which you can look up online. The project was created by artist JR and is a global platform for people to share their untold stories and transform messages of personal identity into works of public art. So, you're going to see many of the people who make Westover what it is all over campus. So the class of 2019 had a strong year in college admissions, gaining entrance to such institutions as Boston University, Brandeis, Cornell, Duke, Williams, Carnegie Mellon, Northeastern, Penn State, Babson, Smith, Tufts, and Vassar. Yay! And a very exciting development is that one of our seniors was admitted to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, which is an amazing achievement. And I'm going to tell a little story about that student later on. After 2 years of construction throughout the summer months, we have relaunched our summer programs this year. We are offering 3 weeks of courses ranging from Women in Science and Engineering to SSAT Prep to dance for girls in the 6th through 9th grade. We encourage you to consider our program for the children and grandchildren in your life, because this is a great way to experience boarding before the high school years. And again, it's another way to spread the Westover experience as far and wide as we can. And we'd be happy to give you more information about any of those summer programs if you like this weekend. Our Westover Wildcats achieved great feats on the field and on the court this year. Our squash program won the U.S. high school team squash national championship. Quite an achievement. Our swim team, that does not have a campus pool, continues to dominate with many individuals and team bests this year. And our up-and-coming crew team just had our first regatta on Lake Quassapog last week, and that was super fun. And I don't know anything about crew, so I got a lot of tutoring about how to enjoy that race. So we're hoping that's the first of many. And while it was a fantastic year, we must continue to elevate and prepare for the future. And so as Nellie mentioned, we are beginning a strategic planning process to envision how Westover can thrive in the 21st century. Early next week, you will all be receiving an alumni survey in your email inbox, and that will ask for your perceptions of the school today, and also to ask about your hopes and dreams for the future of Westover. So we'd love to get as many responses as we can for this survey. It will only take about 10 minutes, so we really would appreciate any feedback you have about the school. We are in a new world, and I am convinced it is a world where girls need Westover more than ever. Looking at the values that came out of our extensive core values exercise last spring, women's empowerment, community, passion for learning, and strength of character, it is clear how relevant these are for girls. A girl needs an environment where she can develop a sense of self and foster her core beliefs, helping her to become a woman who has strength of character and the courage of her convictions and is not buffeted by all the cultural pressures girls experience. A girl needs to foster a passion for learning, cultivating a growth mindset to thrive in a fast-changing world with an acknowledgement we will all be lifelong learners, to discover her own unique sense of purpose that helps give meaning to a life well lived. Last night in the New York Times, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but there was an article about a reporter trying to go back to live in 1994. So basically without most of the technological tools we have today, and how it was, everything she did was completely different than how she does it today. So again, this world is changing so fast, and even it happens so gradually, you don't even realize it. So we're trying to prepare girls for changes we don't even know are going to happen yet, which is quite a challenge. A girl needs a community where she feels safe, no matter what her personality, whether she is quiet or an extrovert, whether she is from half a world away or whether she is from Middlebury, Connecticut. She needs to feel safe if she is a rule follower or whether she questions authority. She needs a community where she knows deep in her heart that every adult only wants her to fulfill her individual potential. A girl needs to be intentionally empowered to have the courage to take risks and walk the path she is meant to walk, to embrace her authority and speak her truth. And this empowerment needs to be part of our day-to-day work. We need to be intentional about what is special and precious about Westover and the experience it gives girls, educating them every day. We are committed to women's empowerment by being at Westover and working with these remarkable girls. And as a result of our core values work last spring, the Board of Trustees drafted a new mission statement that encapsulates what we do at Westover. Westover empowers young women to lead lives of consequence. So I just wanted to tell two very short anecdotes about girls who I think embody this mission. When the mission is about why you exist. It's not about how you do what you do or what you do. It's about why you exist. So Maddie Claire, who is the young woman who just was admitted to West Point, she got up last year and did a speech to run for head of school. And she talked about how when she was in middle school, she felt so uncomfortable in her environment and among her peers that she would go and eat lunch in the girls' room every day. And then and that's why she wanted to run for head of school, because it meant so much to her, the experience she had had at Westover, finding her voice. So she was elected, she was second head of AA, and then this year I don't know if you've all known anyone who's applied to a military academy, but it is an incredibly challenging process, and then to be accepted is quite an achievement. So we're so proud of Maddie Claire and everything, where she's come from, her gratitude, what she is going to contribute to the world, really makes me proud to be at Westover. And then I also wanted to tell you just a very brief story about, I do exit interviews with any senior who wants to. So just to talk about who they want to give shout outs to and what they want to say would have improved their Westover experience. And I was talking to a young lady, and she had some good constructive criticism. You know, we do have a new schedule, so they do have some ideas about that, which is great. That's why I do these interviews. But then at the end, I told her I needed to wrap it up because I had a meeting, and she said, I just want to make sure you know that I have never felt so seen or known as I have at Westover. It doesn't get any better than that. So I hope this new mission statement provokes thought, reflection, and excitement. It has certainly done that on campus. There has been a lot of talk among the girls about this. I'm excited to use this statement as our guiding light as we elevate Westover to be a formidable institution in the 21st century. So thank you very much. And next, I want to introduce our athletic director, Tiz Mulligan.
Good morning. That's a hard act to follow. So the Athletic Hall of Fame for Westover School was started during the centennial year, 2009-2010, and we've been recognizing accomplishments by Westover alums since then. And it's my pleasure to have the opportunity to officially induct Judith Lesage Grassi, class of '74, into Westover School's Athletic Hall of Fame today. That's the best picture we could find. Throughout her life, sports have played an integral part, and at Westover, she took full advantage of all the opportunities available. She dabbled in several sports, experienced a great deal of success in one, and was very passionate about another. She was a leader, serving as first head of Overs and first head of the Athletic Association. At Orchard, she received the Senior Athletic Award, recognizing her excellence in team sports. From my conversations with her, it's apparent that Judy finds great joy in competition and the environment that surrounds it. For her, it's always been just fun to play. I enjoyed hearing in particular her tales about judo and ice hockey at Westover. One of her fond memories include the puff of dust that erupted from the safety mats after each fall. I believe the memory still causes her to sneeze. I am hoping that some of you can also envision one particular ice hockey game at Taft. Arriving in blue jeans and field hockey shin guards in contrast to the Big Red's official unis was quite the experience. Judy also enjoyed her time on the volleyball and field hockey teams, as well as playing paddle tennis just for fun. Sometimes the results didn't matter, it was just all about being able to play. She switched to soccer and had the privilege of playing for Westover's most passionate coaches, Joe Mulder. His knowledge, interest, and love of soccer was infectious, and Judy caught the bug. She so fondly remembers her time with this special coach and her teammates. Continuing her athletic journey in the spring, she contributed to the softball team for 2 years and then switched to tennis for her senior year, a very fortuitous move. When she arrived at Lake Forest College, she returned to her field hockey roots because they didn't have soccer, and she played left halfback for the Foresters for 2 years. And she just shared with me this morning, a very keen Westover girl noted a great opportunity. She got in the short line for that left halfback position and made the team. However, it was on the tennis team in the spring of '75 where she truly made a lasting mark. That year, the varsity tennis team went undefeated. Judy was a major contributor. Her second doubles team went 10-1 for a .909 winning percentage, earning the top spot in the record books until 2013. They currently sit second. Her doubles team also held the record for the longest winning streak, 10-0, until just this past year, a 43-year run. To this day, she remains physically active, playing tennis, pickleball, and recently she picked up golf, just because she loves to play. Judy has continued support of Westover, serving on the Board of Trustees, Board of Governors, Class Secretary, Reunion Chair, and Second Century Campaign Volunteer. She describes her work career as competitive but team-oriented, something no doubt she learned at Westover. Congratulations, Judy.
Thank you so much. I just want to say a couple things. Thank you to everyone who nominated me and said yes. I will never forget coming to Westover to visit my sister, who was class of '70, Nancy, going through the quad and seeing Sallyport and then seeing those playing fields. And there was girls, doing all sorts of sports on them. And I just remember thinking, I've got to come to this school. I hope I can. And it was wonderful. And it was wonderful to have Joe Mulder, who, as a headmaster, was very, as you all know, refined and quiet and lovely, and he'd get on the soccer field and he was relentless and he was really competitive and it was very inspiring. And then I got to work with Annika Rothman, who was also inspiring. She took no prisoners. She said, okay, I want to see a lap. And we'd all say, well, she said, this is not negotiable. And she was great. So I think what I just want to say was Westover was a lot of wonderful experiences, and sports was central to me because it was about sharing. It was also a way to get to know upperclassmen who might have not paid much attention to you. If you were in the younger ranks, it was an equalizer, and it's continued to serve me well. I love being outside. We've recently moved to South Carolina for the winter, and so I get to be outside a lot more. And it's just a wonderful way of meeting the kind of people you want to always be around. So I think Westover, this was really the start for me, I think, of knowing how to build friendships and confidence. Westover did one thing for me more than I think anything else. It said, just try it. You don't know how it's going to work out, but just try it, and they give you the confidence to do it. So for that, I say thank you, and thank you for the award.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Alyssa Seifert Jarvie, class of 2005, and member of the Board of Governors Reunion Committee. I'm excited to present the Distinguished Young Alumna Award, which is given to an alumna 5 to 15 years out of Westover, who is inspired as an intellectual, artist, athlete, philosopher, or entrepreneur, and who demonstrates integrity, responsibility, and commitment to community in accordance with the Westover mission. This year, we present the award to Dr. Laura Balzer, class of 2004. After Westover, Laura graduated summa cum laude from University of Vermont, where she studied applied mathematics as a Barry M. Goldwater and Honors College scholar. She went on to University of Cambridge for her Master's of Philosophy in Computational Biology, earning the Director's Award with distinction. Following her time abroad, Laura completed on fellowship her PhD at the University of California, Berkeley, in the highly relevant and really difficult field of biostatistics. Finally, Laura topped off her scientific training with postdoctoral studies at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, and now she is an assistant professor of biostatistics at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. It's very clear that Laura is brilliant and accomplished, but what may be less clear is what her work actually means. I have a feeling that phrases you'll find on her LinkedIn profile, like causal inference, targeted maximum likelihood estimation with superlearner, and high dimensional covariance are a little fuzzy to many of us in the room. As such, I wanted to take a moment to unpack the scientific, environmental, and humanitarian contributions that Laura is making. To do so, I read some of Laura's scientific publications, stalked her faculty page, and attended a lecture she gave at Yale, and I can tell you that the more I start to understand her work, the more impressed I am. Scientifically, Laura is making leaps by devising novel statistical methods for big data analysis, machine learning, and clinical trial design, which is pretty tough to do in such well-established fields. Additionally, as a professor, Laura is serving as a rare female academic role model for technically oriented college students. Environmentally, she is working on a project that evaluates the effect of toxic exposures on our reproductive health by measuring changes to the human genome. And while she has too many humanitarian projects to summarize here, I'll highlight a few. As primary statistician for 3 large studies in East Africa, the SEARCH study to prevent HIV and improve community health, the Saturn study to enhance care for HIV-positive young people, and the SPIRIT study to prevent tuberculosis, her work has touched well over 100,000 people to optimize care delivery systems and increase HIV testing coverage and prophylactic use in communities of great need. I hope I've convinced you that Laura's intellectual prowess and academic diligence not only expand the limits of human knowledge, but also make this world a better place to live. Laura, we couldn't be happier to award you Westover's Distinguished Young Alumna Award.
Thank you very much. I'm truly honored and humbled to receive this award. I told myself I was not going to cry, so I'm doing my best not to. But among many others, I would like the time to thank the following Westover women, mentors, teachers, and mothers. And also pioneers for women in STEM. Alice Halloran, biology teacher and outdoor leader from 1973 to 2012. My mother, Melinda Burbank, chemistry teacher and chair of the science department from 1981 to 2011. And Ann Polina, math teacher and headmistress from 1972 to 2015. In the words of Ann Polina, the world should be better because you're in it. It's just that simple. Thank you.
I am so pleased to present this year's Volunteer Service Award to Sarah Bliss Siemens, class of 1979. Sarah truly is the ultimate Westover volunteer. If there is a volunteer position, she has likely held it at one time or another, or many at the same time. Sarah served on the Board of Governors, retiring last spring after serving 2 3-year terms. And during her time as a governor, she was the board secretary, chair of the networking committee, and served on the governance committee. Sarah was also a parent volunteer during her daughter's time at Westover, serving on the annual Fund Parent Committee. She's also a past class secretary, current class agent, past and current reunion chair, and a past volunteer at many alumni phonathons. She's also hosted alumni events at her family's gallery outside of Boston and loyally attended every event in her area, as well as creating her own events. She's hosted numerous Westover college-age alumni in the Boston area for pizza or coffee. And I clearly remember the first time that I met Sarah at an alumni event in Boston, probably about 8 years ago, before I joined the Board of Governors. I'm sure some of you here today have also met Sarah at an alumni event along the way. Sarah remains a loyal and devoted supporter of the school, and we are thrilled to honor her today. Come on up, Sarah.
Thank you, Nellie, and all of the Board of Governors. It's certainly an honor. No, it's too short. I'm very honored, and it's just amazing to be a part of such a wonderful community of women, and being governor for 6 years, meeting such amazing other classmates and other women has been a highlight, definitely, as being a volunteer. I'm excited to share reunion year with my niece, Courtney, from class of 2014 and all her classmates, and to have my class represented here. And I'm just very honored to be a part of this wonderful Westover community of amazing women. So thank you.
Now I'll call Julie up to present the Westover Award.
All right, I have the great honor, all right. I think I'm in the cone. Am I in the cone? Okay. I have the great honor of presenting the Westover Award to Joy Peterkin Raisin. Joy, along with her husband Rudy, established the Rudolph S. Raisin Center for Global Justice at Westover in 2014 through a generous gift to the school. Joy and Rudy have been lifelong social justice activists, and the Raisin Center is an extension of that passion. The center, which includes a staff of 5, houses international student support, international exchange programs, community service, diversity and inclusion programs, and environmental sustainability. The excellent academic programs at Westover provide the tools of knowledge, Joy said, and the center provides the opportunities for curiosity and understanding through exposure to the lives of individuals in today's world. This combination is what will make well-rounded, prepared graduates from Westover who will make our world a better place for each individual, one step at a time. That is my wish for every Westover girl. Because of Joy's generous ongoing support, the Raisin Center is able to grow each year and reach throughout the Westover community and beyond the school, and the Raisin Center has become central to our themed year activities. To read more about the work of the center does, the exchange programs hosted, and other new initiatives, please visit Westover's website at westoverschool.org. And now we have a little video to pay tribute to Joy.
It's an amazing resource.
Empowering.
Embrace.
Empower.
Supportive. Determined.
Unforgettable. The Rudolph S. Raisin Center for Global Justice helps encourage our students and faculty to engage with the world beyond our yellow walls. It does so through 4 programs: community service, environmental sustainability, diversity and inclusion, and global programs.
I think that it's really important to have a diversity program here because it tells students that diversity is valued.
For me, the diversity program is important because it gives students a sense of belonging somewhere.
I feel as though not a day goes by where I don't consider something that has to relate with the Raisin Center, and I don't think that if I were to attend any other place, there wouldn't be an avenue like this. Joy Raisin, class of 1954, in honor of her late husband, Rudolph Raisin, established the center through a generous gift to Westover School. Fueled by her passion for social justice, Joy has ensured that generations of Westover students can make an impact on the world in important and meaningful ways.
I've discovered a lot about myself through the environmental sustainability clubs. I've discovered that I can actually be an advocate and that leadership comes in all different types and forms, so that's really important to me as well.
Through Westover's environmental sustainability and community service, I've discovered what I want to do in my future.
Having the diversity program at Westover is really important to me because, I don't know, I feel like I'm a better person because I can come and ask questions and not feel judged.
I've never walked into the Raisin Center with an idea or wanting to be a part of an experience or program and left feeling like I couldn't.
Today, the center continues to support our students through myriad ways by fostering conversation, creating safe space for exploration, and creating excitement around our school's values of engagement and understanding. The center's unique synergy continues to support our school's motto, to think, to do, to be, by inspiring action and activism in our students.
Without the Raisin Center, I wouldn't have been able to be a leader. It was amazing. They're always here to help you.
The opportunity for me to go on exchange was honestly life-changing. Hands down, going to the Dead Sea was my favorite part of my exchange. Personally, I learn best when I am experiencing the world for myself And so having that opportunity to do that was really fantastic.
Before coming to Westover, I didn't know that exchange was possible, but I feel like exchange helped me grow as more of a confident person because I was quite shy growing up. They helped me through everything with buying my ticket, knowing that I was going to like a safe place in South Africa, and knowing that I was going to have fun there.
Students really light up when they realize that something that they never thought of interests them.
It means a great deal to us that Joy, a champion of our mission, continues to follow our efforts as we grow, and for that, we are very grateful.
Joy, thank you for the impact you have made on the Westover School. You have helped girls thrive, to follow their passions, and to make a meaningful impact on the world. Joy, congratulations on winning the Westover Award this year.
Empower.
Supportive. Determined.
Unforgettable.
The Rudolph S.
So I'm going to read the citation. Yes, you can. The Westover Award for 2019, presented by the Board of Governors and the Westover School Alumnae Association to Joy Peterkin Raisin, 54, in recognition of the vision and generosity you shared with Westover as a loyal alumna and supporter of the school, your unwavering commitment to the Rudolph S. Raisin Center for Global Justice as the founder and champion of the center and its mission, your passion for social justice, which serves as ongoing inspiration for the school as we look to the future, ready to empower the next generation of confident and connected Westover women. We honor you for exemplifying the Westover motto, Cogatare Agere Esse. Congratulations, Joy. You made a big difference.
I didn't know I was going to be saying a few words, so I don't have any paper in front of me. But I don't think that there's probably anybody in this room that can say that they gave a gift to a school and the school gave them a bigger gift back. As I sit there and watch that video, I really had, and I'm having tears in my eyes now, I never dreamt when I had breakfast with Ann Polina that it would grow to be what it is today. So I share this with Kate and with Ann, and they have really made the Raisin Center what it is. Rudy and I had an idea. We presented the idea, and it grown like topsy. And I was here yesterday afternoon with the kids, and if you could meet and talk to some of the students who have gone through the center, it just warms your heart, and you know that the country is in good hands with the graduates of Westover coming up and entering the workforce. They'll get it done, even if we didn't. Thank you.
To conclude the meeting, I just like to give one more thanks to all of the Board of Governors and especially the reunion committee chaired this year by Heather McDonald, class of '85. So thank you all for all the work to put this weekend together, and that will continue through the day and tomorrow. At this time, I'll ask you to head towards the main building to line up for chapel. You all know how it's done, but we'll, of course, line up by class with the youngest classes starting closest to the dining room. Lunch and quad will immediately follow. We're so lucky today to have such wonderful weather. And there'll be a number of highlights this afternoon, including a Q&A session with Julie at 1:30 in the Student Commons, campus tours, a robotics demonstration in the Polina Center, and a printing press demo downstairs here in the LBD. A fresh print for each of you is always one of the prized possessions here at Reunion. So I hope you'll join me and the Board of Governors also at 4:30 for a happy hour in the Student Commons for wine and cheese. And we'll take class photos at that time, so be sure to join us and have a wonderful day. Thank you.